Hello, you're welcome to another edition of the B&FT Digest, where we serve you with the topical business stories this week. My name is Lily Pearl Baba Utu, and in the headlines, government has warned that gains choked in the treatment of COVID-19 patients may derail as indebtedness to local drug manufacturers is affecting their operations. And Child Rights International has said that any move to close down schools as a result of students testing positive of COVID-19 must be based on science. And government has directed state enterprises to cut down budgets due to COVID-19 revenue restraints, but economics argues that the move could be counterproductive. And revenue collection under ICUMS hits 2 billion Ghana cedis as DERAIL board chair describes the system as better than GCNET. Details of this coming up shortly. The Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association of Ghana is sounding warning bells that if debt owed by its members by the National Health Insurance Authority is not paid soon, some of the manufacturers may be forced to halt production, an action that would affect government's fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the association, over 300 million Ghana cedis of debt owed its members has not been paid despite persistent complaints, which eventually led to the withdrawal of credit deals with some regional medical stores and service providers funded by the National Health Insurance Authority. That action has, however, not pushed the NHI to settle its debts, thereby denying local drug manufacturers the funds needed to operate. Lucia Adai is the executive director of the association.
When you're a business person, you do what is needful for the business.
Yes.
If you don't have money, because government owes you up to 5 years, there's no way you have money to even bring in COVID-related medicine. And we take loans, and the loans are pegged to certain collaterals. So there's a limit to all of these things. And once you exhaust your limit, even if you want to, you can't.
And in our next story, Child Rights International is making a case that suggested closing down of schools in the country as a result of students testing positive for COVID-19 must be based on science. According to a statement signed by Bright Appiah, the executive director of CRI, the determination as to whether or not the students contracted the novel coronavirus on their school campuses cannot be proven. It indicated that the Ghana Health Service in their daily data update must report on the behavior of COVID-19 among children. Over 60 senior high school students and junior high school final year students have tested positive for COVID-19 since the government reopened schools on June 15 in order for final year students to prepare and sit for their respective national assessment exams. There are ongoing incessant calls by the media and the general public on the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Service to shut down schools, but the two education regulators are adamant. Moving on, government has directed all state-owned enterprises to cut down the budgets and redirect the available funds into supporting government efforts in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Director General of the State Interest and Government Authority, Stephen Asamoah Boateng, disclosed that the move is part of strict measures by government to ensure that all SOEs are responsible and conduct their operation in a manner that will be of great support to the nation's fight against the coronavirus pandemic. It is expected that the cut would be between 20 to 30% down from their budget for the year. Already, some state enterprises have taken the move. The Ghana National Petroleum, which had a budget of 55 million Ghana cedis for corporate social responsibility, has cut it down to 35 million Ghana cedis. But an economist Samuel in team speaking to the B&FT in an interview said, even though the move comes with the best of intention, it will come along with some serious challenges for the SOEs who have weaned themselves off government payroll. And in our final story for today out of COVID matters, the new trade facilitation tool, the Integrated Customs Management Systems, ICUMS, is said to have generated about 2 billion Ghana cedis on July 11, 2020 since its inception. Data available to the B&FT from the GRE and confirmed by the board chairman, Professor Stephen Adai, confirmed that for June alone, a total revenue of 1.2 billion Ghana cedis was recorded. The Commissioner General of the GRA has also noted last month that ICUMS was generating a monthly average amount of 940 million Ghana cedis. Professor Stephen Adair, in his first public comment about the ICUMS, spoke highly of the not so long ago deployed port management system. Speaking on Joy FM, he described ICUMS as a much better system than the previous one manned by the Ghana Community Network Services Limited, GCNET. And that's all we have for you on the B&FT Digest. Do grab a copy of the B&FT newspaper or visit us at thebftonline.com for more stories. You can also subscribe to our digital version and follow us on all our social media platforms. My name is Lily Pearl Baba Utu. Have a lovely weekend.